How much damage have we done? Welcome back, everyone. Let's get to the first word of the day, the only word of the day, market manipulation. That's one word, by the way, market manipulation. How does that word make you feel? Because whether you like that word or not, it happens all the time, everywhere. No different in Magic the Gathering. Now, I recently did a whole series of videos on some buyout cards for the channel, testing the effects of market manipulation on the secondary market by buying a reserve list card that was low end, easy to afford, and the effects that would have on the channel. I moved on to other cards since then, and I've been tracking all these events with the information people on the channel send me. When you guys email me the information, I update my list, the data, the information to get new numbers and new information for you guys to present to you. It's quite interesting when I see everything falling into place with the cards we've chosen. We're going to go over some of that information today, let you guys know where we stand and what the effects have been, because it is truly astonishing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first card. Soldevia Excavations from Alliances is the first card we chose for our buyout. We already had copies going around. It's kind of been the fun card of the channel. But you can see this card goes for $50 Canadian right now near mint. The average is $36.64, the market is $34.91, and €21.75 will get you that card. Now, when we're looking at the start point, we started really officially doing this card at $24 US. Now, I know right now where 3,231 copies of this card are from all the emails I've gleaned from everyone out there. That's the tracked number. But we know there's more cards than that. This card had a print run of 305,000 roughly. So you know what? There's a lot still out there, even with a high attrition rate of 50 to 60%. Where's the other 100,000 plus cards? Now, the sales on this card right now are particularly slow. But already, just from what I'm showing you right now, you know this card has jumped up roughly 45% in value. 45% since we started doing this card. That is a major jump for a card of this level. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the next card. Our next card was City of Shadows. Now, this one had a much higher starting price point. This card right now can be found for $150 Canadian near mint. The average is $99.99. The market is $112.27. €73.93 will get you that card. We started this card at $81 roughly. I only know where 134 copies are from the emails people have given me. The sales on this card still continue to be steady. It's still moving along. But when you look at this card and you see where we've been, where we're going, it's a much slower sales volume of cards as well. But you can see there it's already jumped up 38% from where we started a month ago. 38%. This card only had 134,000 copies made. So when you look at this card and you realize the effect that even this small amount of sales can have on the card, you realize where we're headed. Some of these cards are going to jump in value. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next card today. And that's one of the newer ones we announced on the channel a couple of weeks ago. That's Lodestone Bauble from Alliances. This card is $11 Canadian right now near mint. Its average is $10.99 US. The market is $7.34 US, and €5.93 will get you that card. We started this card at $5.19 US. That was our start point. I know where 296 copies of this card are right now, but just like our other cards on the list, like Soldevia Excavations, this card has a print run of around 305,000 cards. The sales on this card are actually still high. It's selling very well. And you can see at the end of the page here, at the price grid, this card has jumped up a lot from $5 to $10 because the price jump has been 41% in the 10-day period. 41 percentage points from people buying this card. And a lot of people who emailed me already had this card. So the near mint copies that have sold are few and far between because there wasn't that many to begin with. And the price effect on this market is much deeper than people realize. I want to show you the next one here. Now, our next card up here is Thrall Champion from Fallen Empires. The sales in this card, by the way, are still high. It's still selling quite well. Now, it's $10 Canadian right now for a near mint copy, but it's a little bit higher with the shipping. The average is $6.40 US. The market is $6.02 US, and €3.72 will get you that card. The starting point on this card was $4.46 when we started the buyout. I know where 681 copies are. Remember, sales are high. Now, this card had a print run of around 450,000 cards, give or take a bit. Even with an attrition rate of 70%, because everyone hates Fallen Empires, this card should still have a lot of copies out there. And already we are seeing that this card has been going up. It is up 35% in value. 35% in a 10-day period. This card, that little bump at the end of the screen from 5 to 6 that you're seeing, is us on the channel buying that card out. The same as Lodestone Bottle. That is us moving the market after the video came out. Crazy. It can be people adjusting the prices, knowing that I've announced it as a buyout card, but either way, the market reacted to a very simple video and a very simple amount of people saying, hey, I want to get a copy of that card to join in the fun. Look what happened. Now, our last one is quite surprising. The Bolduvian Trading Post from Alliances. This card actually had a really minor effect considering how many copies we moved. Now, the sales are steady on the card. It's $9 Canadian for a near mint copy right now. It's $7.99 average, great. The market's $7.56, €6.26 will get you that card. But the starting point was only $7.18. Now, I did buy some copies. I bought 50 copies, like $2 a piece. So, and they were moderately played. These are near mint copies we're seeing on here. And I know where 426 known copies of this card are. But the effect on this card was only a 5% movement of the card. A very minor amount. So it's going to take a lot more to move this card because obviously a lot of this card are sitting on the market for people and they're available for purchase. Are you blown away? Did you get thrown back in your chair after looking at all that information? Buyouts are devastating to the reserve list. There's not enough cards to go around. The fact that this small channel, you, me, and everyone out there who watches it, right? Notifications on, and you watch my videos every day and you see what happens. You see the cause and effect on the secondary market. When we buy these cards and they disappear. And we didn't buy that many. Look at the emails. Look at the posting of the numbers I showed you. They're not massive. A lot of these cards people already had. But when they disappear, they're gone forever. They go into somebody's vault. They get collected. They get put into a commander deck to collect deaths to be used. Whatever the reason, they're gone off the market. And unlike other cards that can be reprinted, even if Wizards reprints at a slow pace, they do come back sometimes. Reserve list cards aren't coming back. Am I going to spend $30 on a new Soldevi Excavations, $30, $40 US on a Soldevi? Or am I buying a Vorinclex? Vorinclex is going to come back around. But that Soldevi is never coming back. A Lodestone Bauble. 0 casting cost, cool artifact. Don't see those anymore, do you? You don't see these cards. And most of them can be used in Commander efficiently still. Remember that. Playability in formats. When financial people out there in Magic are looking for cards, they're looking for cards that can be used across the board. For those of you out there who might be trying to get a hold of some of these cards for the future, you better be thinking twice. You better be putting your money down and buying the cards you want to get while you still can. Because these cards are going to disappear. This little stab that we're taking right now, I can't wait to look another 90 days from now and do some update videos further and further out. Because as these cards get gobbled up still and as they slowly disappear, because there's a few dedicated people on my channel who will probably continue to buy some of these. I know I still am until I reach those price points. And then I want to see if there's slippage of the price dripping. But if you didn't get any of these cards, if you're a person trying to get a Drop of Honey, a Gaia's Cradle, a Mox Diamond, imagine if these are cards we know are not tier 1 top-notch cards. Imagine what would happen when those other cards you're maybe thinking about getting disappear or get bought out or the price becomes so high you can't afford it. Now, the other part of my conversation to end things off today makes me realize older cards that are worse reserve list cards, like not the top tier, they weren't well taken care of. Most of those cards got trashed around because nobody cared about them. So those cards actually could be more difficult to get in the future because some of the mid-tier guys were well taken care of. They've always had a place and people recognize that. But for cards that were never recognized for being a good card, finding a near mint quality copy of any of these older, junkier, low-end reserve list cards that nobody cares about, they're going to be hard to come by. It's going to be difficult. And you'll be paying more to get it eventually. Amazing stuff, guys. I can't wait to see what the response is in the comments section to how you guys feel about this type of video and what you're thinking when you see those numbers come up and the changes on the reserve list and the effect we can have just by buying a couple of copies. Imagine if somebody took 20 grand, like I said, imagine that, and just said, I'm going to buy all of this card just to see what happens. People taking cryptocurrency and turning it into hard assets like Magic cards or other collectibles like that could have a real widespread felt boom in the market if they decide to hit with a bomb of that much money. Guys, thanks a lot for tuning in today. I really hope you all learned something today about how this buyout has affected it and what market manipulation can look like with a small, concentrated group of people buying a card. It doesn't take much, and it takes a long time to ever see those prices go back down. Guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. This is MTG Moxman. I hope you enjoyed the video today. I'll see you all tomorrow. And of course, a big shout out goes out to each and every one of my amazing patrons. Thank you so much for your continued support on the channel and helping the growth of this channel happen. Patrons, you guys do it all. Thanks again. I look forward to seeing you guys this weekend on the live stream. It's pretty amazing, right? I look at my reserve list collection of cards and the stuff I have, stuff I've added over the years, and you realize how hard it will be for any new player to get it. It blows my mind. I want people to have the chance to get some of these cards, and I'm glad some of these cards are still cheap, but they're not going to stay cheap forever. Even now, you can get some reserve list cards for a couple of bucks, right? But how is that going to be 20 years from now? Really blows my mind, and we're going to be here to see it. We will see the effects of this as the years go by. Imagine the next major buyout that happens. Wow. I'm telling you. It's a lot of math, but hey, it's okay. For those on this channel, we've always been talking about reserve lists, so we're probably going to be okay. Guys, have an awesome day today. Reserve list talk. I never get tired of it. Never.